Hello.
That's Adam.
Music running.
Yep.
There we go. I thought that was a great way to start, guys. Hello, welcome to Gamers Guide to the Galaxy. So we're talking about all things gaming, and you can join us in the chat on the left. I was gonna say this show.
I know you're hurt.
I'm hurt that you stole my intro.
Well, I almost said the.
It's the only thing I bring to this show.
I was gonna say something about the points don't matter or something like that, but it just didn't roll off the tongue right.
The show where the points don't matter,
Exactly.
and Adam is not doesn't do any improv whatsoever.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
The L half an O.
That's back.
Yeah. Anyways, as Adam on the fly does editing, because we can't do it in post, apparently. Anyways, so our first topic for today, Mr. Christopher, seeing as your spotlight was stolen.
My spotlight was stolen. Well, rumor has it. Well, it's not really a rumor. There was a singular discussion about J.J. Abrams making a Valve game and movie. And, of course, the rumor mill has begun, wildly speculating that, could it be a Portal 2 movie, or could it be, a Half-Life movie? Could it be Half-Life 3 confirmed?
I'm sorry right there.
So did I steal your joke?
No, actually, I know exactly what this is. Team Fortress 3, guys.
Team Fortress 3.
It's literally the movie is just you following the Psycho around, or not Psycho, the Pyro, as he just burns random things. It's just
No. It's not lens flurry enough.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
No, I'm telling you.
No, you found heavy.
Here's the lens flare. No. It's Half-Life 3. No, listen.
I'm sorry. I still think that Valve is just incapable of making a 3
No.
of anything in the franchise.
Listen.
From any one of their franchises.
They released Half-Life 2, and it was so great, so wonderful. Everyone loved it. They couldn't wait for the 3, but it was just too much for them. They were crumbling under the pressure. They couldn't handle it. A video game? No, it can't be a video game. No, a movie with one of the most loved nerd directors of all time right now, J.J. Abrams. He's got Star Wars. He's got Star Trek. Half-Life 3. Yeah. See, 3. He's got this. He's got this, guys. He's got this.
Actually, I'm gonna be really mad if it's a whole new franchise. Can you imagine the rage? It's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You're starting a new series that you're not gonna finish? You mother!
He's gonna make Lost the game.
They already made that. It was terrible.
Right, but he's gonna redo it.
What if it's just the game and the movie aren't actually intertwined at all? The movie is just a documentary of everyone's rage that they're not making Half-Life 3.
J.J. Abrams is going to make a documentary full of lens flare, definitely full of lens flare, of the rage of everyone on Steam that's waiting for Half-Life 3.
And it'll have lots of flashbacks.
Yes.
To people previously and how their lives are, are darker than what they appear to be, and he does that a lot.
Yeah.
And the Valve game is just something completely new.
Yeah.
The lens flare comes from the glasses, Adam. It shines right off the glasses.
Yeah.
And anything remotely shiny in a J.J. Abrams film. I still have no idea what the cockpit of the Star Trek Enterprise looks like in the new one.
I don't either because I didn't watch that movie.
I tried, but I couldn't see what the cockpit looked like. It was just you walked in and it was like
The on the Enterprise, there's no cockpit on the Enterprise.
Bridge.
It's a bridge. Get your terminology right.
Okay, I like the word cockpit better. Okay.
We all know.
Cockpit is generally referred to as a fighter, a single man vehicle.
Yeah, Adam. Get your nerd right.
Or maybe a 2-man vehicle.
You're like a nerd.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not just a nerd thing. It's actually technically the case of things.
Yes. Okay, but I still have no idea what the bridge looks like.
I can draw you one.
Okay, draw me a bridge.
Nice. It goes over a stream.
Yeah.
It's a good bridge.
Good bridge. Sorry you guys couldn't see that.
Yeah, my doodles are great.
It was visible.
Well, they couldn't get the good view.
Doesn't matter.
No one gave the good view besides me. My own drawing. It's in my mind.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, dead silence.
So, what do you guys think this movie will be?
I don't care. I'm not gonna watch it.
You're not gonna watch it.
I might watch it, but I mean,
What would you prefer it to be?
Not
They said it's going to be either Portal or Half-Life, which...
Portal.
No, it doesn't have to be Portal or Half-Life.
Well, that's what they said it would probably be.
Oh, is that what the article you read said?
Yeah, they said they would probably be Portal or Half-Life.
Oh, okay.
Portal.
I'd prefer Portal too, yeah.
And the only reason why I'd ever see that movie is just for Gladys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. That'd actually be a great movie.
That's all you have to have. Is
Well, I mean, there was a movie with GLaDOS in it. With a recent movie with GLaDOS in it as a Easter egg.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want like a full feature film of like from like creation to ending testing of GLaDOS, just like her being like, I hate you.
Will you die already?
Like just that much, just her being sassy. That's all I need in a movie.
Sassy GLaDOS.
Yeah.
I mean, if they do it right, they could do it in J.J. Abrams style and have flashbacks back to
Yeah,
the original establishment of GLaDOS and even before that.
No,
I don't want to do spoilers, but you know.
What's his name?
Yeah, the guy,
the guy
The guy that started Aperture.
the CEO, whom I recognize that voice from somewhere, but I'll have to,
he's done a lot of work.
I think I know where I recognize it from, but
He's that guy's in a lot of things, but
he does that similar role, right?
In some things, yeah.
Yeah.
But that one role, that was a great character. You don't even see him. You just see pictures and hear him over the loudspeaker. It is the greatest thing ever.
Actually, I'm going to dip into another topic a tiny bit here because it's very relevant to this. If they're making a Portal one, I would actually love one of the fan theories of like the companion cubes that we all saw a few days ago. You remember that? Where it's actually like dead test subjects in there, or like still living ones, but they've been used up.
Dead. Wait, what?
The companion
Companion cubes.
The test subjects who fail end up in the companion cubes.
Yeah, and like I don't know, I really like that fan theory. That it's just like, hey, they're just your friends.
Here's your friends. Love them. Now burn them.
Yeah.
Like they could have that be like the big reveal at the end. You know, that'd be bigger than Soylent Green's reveal. It'd be bigger than the ending of Planet of the Apes. I'm sorry, nothing beats that ending, but
I've never seen the originals.
So
you need to go watch the original Planet of the Apes and see the ending.
Nah.
Don't watch the Tim Burton one. It ruins everything.
So this theory is the cubes without the heart are empty, and the ones with the heart are full.
Yes.
Of the person.
Like it's just a person like crunched into this thing.
Still alive?
Still alive.
Alive
God.
Alive or dead. Either way, they failed the test.
Yeah.
And were injured in some way where they couldn't continue the test. So they were stuffed into these things by GLaDOS.
Yeah. That's why she tells you that if they talk, ignore it. That it's not real.
If they talk, ignore it. The companion cubes do not talk, and if they do talk, please ignore it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a really interesting theory, and
you know, I'd say that's too twisted, but no, it's not.
not for Portal.
Not for Portal. Look at the story of Portal.
Yeah, that's why I said no, it's not.
That's why one of the
get
reasons why if they make that movie, it has so many little things like that where it's seemingly not terrible. Like, you know what I mean? When you play the game, it's like kind of like having a game. It just has a lot of funny, dark humor. But then if you start actually like listening to all the sad parts about it, it's actually really twisted.
J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, I don't know the name offhand.
You don't know the name offhand, but you know what his most famous role was? J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh,
I still don't know what he looks like.
Gotcha.
I mean, I know now, but
Yeah, that's why
there's a picture of him over there that I can see, but
yeah,
By QA over there.
I recognize the voice more than anything. So
no, yeah.
from something, I don't know.
Or Spider-Man.
She was not. Think of it yelling at Spider-Man.
Oh.
Yeah, Jonah Jameson.
Yeah, okay.
JJ.
I got it.
J.
I get it.
JJ.
Yeah.
JJ.
Yeah, James Jonah Jameson. Jameson.
I thought it was J. Jonas Jameson.
Doesn't matter.
It's JJ.
That might be where I recognize it from. Anyway.
But yeah.
Yeah, and if it was a Half-Life movie, it'll obviously be Half-Life 2 again, Episode 1.
He's also Varric, right?
Spoilers?
Tell me he's Varric. I know he's Varric.
Spoilers? I've never played Half-Life in my life.
Neither have I, because I want to start a Half-Life.
I've never played them. I have the orange box whole like thing just to play Portal.
Just
to play Portal.
Like I have Team Fortress 2, Team Fortress. I have Half-Life, Half-Life 2. I have all the episodes of them. I play Portal and Portal 2 out of those. That's it. I don't play any of the other ones.
I mean, why would you need to?
Yeah.
I know. But, like everybody's a big deal about like Portal or Half-Life 2, and I'm constantly making the Half-Life 2 joke. I never played.
Well, at the time, Half-Life 2 was revolutionary for first-person shooters.
Yeah.
Now going back, it's aged well, but it still hasn't aged that amazingly.
Yeah.
It was the storytelling in a first-person shooter. Because, back then first-person shooters were things like Doom and Wolfenstein, where it was pretty simple. You go kill the monsters. Or Duke Nukem.
Duke Nukem had a hilarious and amazing story.
What was the story of Duke Nukem?
That he had to kick ass and chew bubblegum. He was all right.
I thought it was,
Nope.
13 years in production and put out a shit game.
No, that was the last one. You called it back when it was in Doom days. That's when he just kicked ass and chewed bubblegum, but he was all like,
And then there's that brief point where he was looking for Froggy, but that's, a different thing.
That's neither here nor there.
none of my business. But yeah, I mean, I don't really see the appeal of those games, so like this to me isn't like over the top amazing news, but it's interesting.
I mean, J.J. Abrams for me is like always. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like what I'm walking into. I'm not always sure, which is why I'm a little hesitant about the new Star Wars. I was very hesitant about the new Star Trek.
I mean, I liked the Star Trek movies, and I liked Lost, and I like Person of Interest.
Person of Interest is actually very, very good. I love that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things we like.
I didn't watch Lost or Person of Interest, so my only experience.
I'm just I'm creating a point of reference of my opinion of the new Star Wars movie and potentially this.
Yeah.
I feel like I would enjoy it.
Yeah.
Whether or not you would, I don't know.
Yeah. See, like I liked the first Star Trek he made. I didn't really care for the second Star Trek.
I didn't think it was as good, but what sequel is?
Yeah.
Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan was much better than Star Trek.
Okay, except if you ignore the whole, odd number Star Trek movies suck thing.
That is so true with the originals, though.
I didn't make that up. I pulled that from Nostalgia Critic.
No, it is so true, though. If you watch them, they're awful. True. I mean, when you got Leonard Nimoy directing the fourth one and then William Shatner directing the fifth one, which one do you think did better?
Yeah. But,
yeah.
Actually, now that you mentioned the other TV shows he's worked on, I'd actually be really down for him making one of those movies, because if he keeps it like kind of like Lost/Person of Interest mentality, I don't know. I've never seen the Star Trek ones.
Oh, he loves those flashbacks.
Oh, I'm not saying he doesn't love flashbacks.
He loves.
But I'm saying, like, if he did, I'm thinking in my mind, if he's doing Portal,
Yeah.
he could totally do flashbacks.
Yes.
Easily. And he's good at that. He's really good at doing that and keeping it in such a way that you don't feel like you're being thrown all over the place.
I don't know. Lost. You gotta jumble that one a bit.
Lost had different problems, though. I know.
They wrote themselves into a corner on that one.
Well,
that's
I found out why they wrote themselves into a corner, but we'll go into that later.
We don't need to go into that at all.
Yeah. Not on the show, at least.
Not relevant.
I know. I'm not talking about on the show.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, but yeah, and like, if he gets the Ben from Lost in that, I think he's one of my favorite actors for more like brain activity or wow, that's bad. Wow, brain fart. As I'm trying to say something intelligent, but more of those critically thinking roles where they have ulterior motives and more elaborate schemes. I love him in those types of things.
You still talking about Portal?
Well, J.J. Abrams as a person,
As a
who's
character.
yeah, like the people that he enlists for most of his characters. If they brought him to like Portal, I could see him being like a super evil CEO and having like this whole like big scheme and stuff. It'd be cool.
I don't know. I like the people they had for the original Portal.
I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be. It wouldn't necessarily be that CEO.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe
Or
Black
like-
Mesa is involved or something.
Or like top scientist. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Where like he's just being a kind of a jerk, like doing his own little thing. You know what I mean?
I mean, I have to ask you. Can we hold off on the second topic?
Yeah.
To move to this.
The third
Because,
one?
because we're making up all these theories.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
And it seems like a really good
Segue.
jumping point.
Yeah, no problem. We can flip it.
Okay. All right. So
Those are just up there for
which brings
reference.
us into our
Yeah.
second, thing about fan theories for games.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We've been sitting here just making up a storyline, and it's a pretry good storyline.
We've been
We're
making
just
up
inventing
our
out of
own,
nowhere.
our own theories for what J.J. Abrams will make for a
Yeah.
Valve game and movie.
Yeah. And this is done on a regular basis with any game. Any time something vague happens in a game, it leaves a lot of interpretation available, and boy do people do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are some of your guys' favorite fan theories?
Oh crap, man! I think of them.
You want me to start? 'Cause
You can start.
I
Yes,
actually
you start.
have a favorite fan theory because I'm not sure how I feel about this one because I played the game several times and I don't know. The theory that Squall dies at the end of the first disc on Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh yeah.
If you think about it, at the end of the first disc, he gets a horrible wound in his chest. He's out for several days. He wakes up with no scars, even though they show in the very title sequence that he can get injured and get scars in this universe by getting his trademark scar on his face.
Yep.
And then from that point on, the game seems to take on more of a sci-fi and fantasy feel more than ever. Whereas the first disc is a lot of waging war
Train riding.
and train riding, and the second, third, and fourth disc, there's an entire continent is a city that's far beyond any other city on the planet in terms of technology. There's now this almighty sorceress trying to combine past, present, and future into one thing, and so from that point on, it takes on this whole new role. And then at the end of the game, when you beat it, everyone kind of disappears, and the very last thing you see...
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Well,
Continue.
it's not too much, but the very last thing you see is Squall with just a black void for a face. Which is creepy as hell. I mean, it only flashes on the screen for like a second, but if you were like, record it and then pause it there, it looks creepy as hell.
Yeah. And so, actually, you speaking of that reminded me of two. One, because of the way you were in the beginning of that, and another one at the end. You reminded me of two of my favorite ones, actually. One, I forget which Mario game it is, but one of them is just an entire theater production. It's not actually, he's not in any danger at any point. Where, like, all the clouds are bolted with metal rods hanging and, like, things shoot up like this. I think it's 2?
3.
3. Where Mario World 3, it's just a theater production. I mean, there's curtains.
Super Mario Bros. 3, I think. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
But he always comes in
Nintendo.
from stage right, exit stage left, which
Yes.
is how most plays were done.
That's how most platformers were done at the time too. But
Well,
I know what you're saying.
yeah, but that's actually correct though. If it's the way the curtains come out, it's stage right and stage left.
And
not
at the end of the
left and
game,
right.
all the characters come out and take a bow.
Well, not only that, but they also go into the negative zone, which would be off stage in the darkness. So a lot of that is really interesting in how that's a kind of fan theory, but it's almost completely possible. You know what I mean? It looks very plausible.
Another fan thing I heard from Mario was that he only had one adventure.
Yeah, and that's
And
part of the
because,
super theory.
The second game is a dream,
Yeah.
and they think the third game is a play. So
Yeah.
it was Mario's first adventure was his only adventure.
Yeah.
The second game was a dream about his adventure, and the third game was him putting on a play about his adventure.
Yeah.
And then I think the idea is the next one was Super Mario World. I think that's where he just went insane. Because now he's no longer in the Mushroom Kingdom. He's in like Dinosaur Kingdom.
Yeah. And then he's like in Sand Kingdom and like all these other kingdoms. Yeah. I
Yeah.
know. But that and then all the Majora Mask theories.
Oh, I love the Majora Mask.
And the reason why I thought that is
I was gonna
because
bring that up.
of your super spooky like face thing. I was saying Majora's Mask has like what, like 7 different theories going on. What happens in that game?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No one really knows what happens in Majora's Mask.
I'm not even sure Nintendo knows.
For a story that is really well done,
It's
it sure leaves you kind of going like,
What's going
what
on?
the F just happened?
it's really kind of dark for a Zelda game. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean-
it's not every day a giant moon comes crashing down.
well,
Actually, it's every 3 days, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's every 3 days. You know, it's normal. But like, I have heard a couple things about what might make that true. It's at the beginning of the game when you meet the happy mask salesman. He says, "Oh, what a terrible fate has befallen you," or something like that.
Yeah.
yeah, but he was talking about the Deku Scrub thing.
But when when the moon comes down and Link dies, that's the exact same thing that comes up on the screen. What a terrible fate has befallen you. So when you die by the moon, the same thing pops up on the screen said by the same guy.
There's many theories about it, and I find all of them super interesting because every character in that, I feel in that game, has a little bit of like a secret to him. You know what I mean? Like that mask guy. When I first saw him, I thought he was gonna be the main villain because he just looks evil.
Well,
He has that evil face. You
Yeah.
really like you piss him off, he's just like,
Well, not only that, but
Yeah.
like just his normal smile and stuff. He seems like he's up to no good.
no, I'm not even talking about that. Like there's a point where
Yeah. Where you make him angry.
where you make him angry, and he's just like, he looks scary.
Yeah. And then like for a while, I thought he was actually gonna be Majora. Like he's the Skull Kid with the mask.
well, it actually would have made sense too because he's the mask salesman.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But
And, like as a kid, that was the theory that I had come up with because I never beat the game because it was too hard.
there was
Yeah, it's not him.
There was another thing
Yeah,
that
no,
said
I
that
beat it later, but
Oh,
there-
okay.
another thing that said like the 5 zones were the stages of grief,
yeah,
and each zone has to deal with some form of death in some way or another.
Mhm.
Whether it's dealing with a ghost who's bargaining to get his life back, the town which is just completely oblivious to the moon falling down on.
They're not completely.
They're not completely
Yeah.
oblivious, but like the one guy says he's gonna like cut it in half with his sword, and the mayor's like, "No, we're having the festival." It's like there's a
Well,
problem.
That would be denial.
This denial, exactly.
To be fair, the guy who says he's going to cut it in half with his sword runs away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're supposed to be denial. The one guy, the ghost trying to get Link to bring him back to life,
Yeah.
was bargaining.
Yeah.
There was the one guy whose like daughter was kidnapped, so he's like torturing a monkey or something.
Who was trying to bring it back to life?
It was a ghost, something, ghost Goron or something. I just looked
The
this.
Goron?
I don't know. I looked this up a couple days ago.
It's been a while since I've played through Majora's Mask. I know the swamp. There's death in the sense that you're the Deku Scrub, who is, spoilers, the son of the butler,
Yeah.
who obviously died.
Scrub. Sorry. Every time. I'm sorry.
Who died, you know. So that in a sense, there's a level of grief being managed there by the butler. It's subtle, but it's there. The Goron thing, he dies trying to save people. So in a sense, he has unfinished business, which is why he joins you.
Mm.
So you have to save people to get him to give you the mask,
Yeah.
if I'm recalling correctly. So the Zora,
Dies in front of you, I believe.
but he's trying to save the children.
Mhm.
It's just possibly his children. That's unclear.
Yeah.
But he's trying to save the babies. from the pirates that look suspiciously like the Gerudos, but
Now, I looked this up a couple days ago, so my memory's still not the best on it.
and then there's the Rock Tower, which is all about death.
Yeah.
Everything about it is death.
Yeah.
Elegy of emptiness,
But
ghosts, zombies, you know.
there was
Skeletons.
another fan theory about all this that I kind of like as well. It's not that Link died. It's that Navi died. At the end of Ocarina of Time, Navi goes away, and the story of Majora's Mask is Link is looking for her.
Right.
Now, the theory goes, if what I heard about the 5 stages represent the 5 stages of grief, and people even saying that you would probably play through the game through the 5 stages, if Link is trying to come to terms with Navi's death, it almost makes sense that way.
Almost.
Because Navi kind of just flies away at the end of Ocarina of Time. There's no...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Like, oh hey, you know, we just spent many years together.
But
Bye.
maybe Navi was going off to die because her time had come, and Link was having a hard time accepting that.
Or,
I mean, at the end of Majora's Mask, he kind of just walks off into the woods.
well, even if she doesn't go and die, you can still go through stages of grief just because someone leaves your life.
Yeah,
You know what I
that
mean?
too.
But also, the point I was trying to make with that too is if you look at Majora's Mask in particular, the reason why I picked this game is because there's so many theories on it.
Yeah, there are.
Even the masks themselves have theories on why they are the masks. Like, for example, just for that one design point, like the aesthetic, like the Deku Scrub mask and I know it's a pig mask and a fox mask and all those, is actually, some people say the majority of those are based off the Chinese New Year.
Yep.
So, you know, even just with that little small aspect, that's a very interesting way of thinking about, you know, well, what influenced the design of this? And then they come up with all these theories,
Well,
and then...
There are 4 masks that are Star Fox.
Yeah. But those also
That's true.
do still fit in with the Chinese New Year.
There's also the boss masks that I don't think a lot of people pay attention to.
Yeah, the Deity and the Majoras?
No.
Oh.
When you defeat each of the 4 bosses, you get a
Gotcha.
mask that you don't get to wear. It's just...
Yeah.
It's a mask that proves you defeated the boss. It's their way of saying, if you come back to this dungeon, you can skip the dungeon.
Gotcha.
Or you can skip right to the boss, I think is how it goes.
Okay.
Because you have the mask already. It's kind of weird that you're stuffed to fight the boss, but you can beat the dungeon very quickly by skipping right to the end of the dungeon. It's such a strange
Thing to put in the game.
Yeah.
Like how you can wear all the other masks and give you kind of abilities, but these ones just get you to the end of dungeons you've already beaten.
Right. And they're masks, but you can't put them on.
Mm.
And then at the end of the game, they try to murder you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they can. It's odd. It's very odd, the entire thing. And that the ending thing, where you're just kind of you're on the moon, and you're just kind of standing at a tree with a
Aren't you in the
field.
moon? Is it in the moon?
Well, it might be in the moon,
But
but
it's in the moon.
It's in the moon.
could be in the moon, but
It's in the moon.
but regardless, there's a tree
Yeah.
in the moon then.
With
yeah,
a
which is
field.
weirder.
Right. With a field of grass that, extends.
Almost infinitely, it looks like.
It does. No, there's an edge. I walked out there.
Oh, did you?
It's pretty far, but it's there.
It was probably
I wanted to
it was
see.
probably Nintendo going.
I wanted to see.
Nintendo like, no, that's enough to render. I'm sure no one will actually walk all the way out there.
Well, they don't count on me because I will actually explore my environment even if it looks like there's nothing there.
Okay.
I will go out there and be like, is
went
there
out-
actually nothing here, or can I look down at the world?
No, he
You
was
know?
looking for a fairy, that's all. He's doing every RPG. You explore the entire place,
Well,
looking
yeah.
for any items, and then, okay, bust time.
Well, no, because I'm really interested in the lore of games oftentimes. So I wanted to see whether I was in the moon or on the moon, because it was just weird. Like,
Yeah.
right off the bat, I'm looking at this, I'm like, this doesn't look like the moon.
Yeah.
And then you go to the edge and look down, nothing. And then you have these children who have special dungeons that they can just warp you to, which is weird.
Yeah.
It may not be about grief, it may be about insanity.
Actually, there's also a theory about just that those people are actually like gods, and like they represent. I forget what religious type of god, but they're all deities, and they just like banish the worlds. Like they created their own worlds, and it's crazy. The amount of theories in this one game is astounding.
Yeah, because it's not a normal game, and it's definitely not a normal Zelda game.
Well, not only that, but like I think that's the perfect recipe for theories. It's not inherently dark. It's not inherently like supposedly supposed to be creepy or horror, but it has a lot of creepy elements that keep you on your seat.
It's subtle.
It's got a very
and then it keeps it very vague
story, a very vague background,
a mysterious, creepy, vague story.
It's interesting. I mean, it's interesting because the story itself is very straightforward and very not vague.
Yeah,
it's the overarching story that's vague.
Yeah,
exactly, and that's the kind of thing that I think drives people crazy, and they want to go and they want to explore all the possibilities. Like, what does this mean? Did anybody else find, this secret little cave that I found that has all these different writings on it? What do these mean? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I love it when developers put in like secret Easter eggs like that, where it's just, a piece of a puzzle to get to where you're trying to get to. It's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, I think we should go on break now.
Yeah.
We'll
be right back, guys.
We'll be right back.